Hi Zoe, hi guys. I thought I'd come on as I've been inspired by a lady on YouTube. She is called dinglydellification. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. That's quite a hard word for me to say as I'm dyslexic and that's not clear. But she is fantastic. I'll link her below. You need to go see her videos. Basically she does flip throughs of her fauxbonichis, and she's just excellent because she puts her own artwork into it, colourings, cuts things out of magazines. She has funny little snippets. She's just so fun, to be fair, and I love listening to her videos while I'm doing my artwork. I've watched every single one now. So I wanted to do a fauxbonichi journal, really, because fauxbonichi I wouldn't say it is, because I haven't done a lot of writing. As I said, I'm dyslexic, and writing is a bit of an issue for me. And you might think, oh yeah, just don't worry, just write it, you're the only one who's going to be looking at it. Well, I can't, because when I have a clear day I look back and think, what were you trying to do there? That's horrendous. And I also feel like I ruin a page as well, because of a bit of OCD thing. Sounds right, doesn't it? So anyway, I will get on and show you what I've done. I bought this paper book from a charity shop, and it was brand new in the charity shop. It only cost me £2, bargain. Had all the papers in and all the pockets. I will get a journal sticker to cover this. And right, let's jump in. So as you can see, it's all nice and neat with its pockets. I wanted to do this, but I put a lot of pictures of my family in, so I've covered them all up with post-its. So don't think I'm a mad post-it collector. Right. I also got a gardening book, and it had all these like sections of like when you plant your plants. So they had like the months, so I cut them all out because they were on nice plastic, and I've put a picture on the back so I can divide up the months. I actually only thought of doing this in June, so I had to do a bit of catch-up work with the rest of the months. So it was sort of like, what was I doing in January and February? So they're not huge, so it won't take long to go through. Okay, so we'll pop over to January, and on this one, it's mine and my best friend's birthdays. And as you can see, I've just got a picture, well, post-it heads with our cupcakes. I put after a hard day's shopping, Sam and I had some cupcakes to celebrate our birthday. As you can see, it's sort of scrapbooky, definitely not fauxbonichi. And then we went to a concert called Vampires Rock. It was really, really good. Had all 80s and 90s rock songs, and it was a good sing-along, and you dressed up, and it was vampires that were doing all the rocking, and it was really, really good. And then we went out for some drinks afterwards and some dancing. I've kept me in there because I don't look too bad for once. And you've probably seen my picture on the little thing on YouTube anyway, so it's not a secret. Okay, and then in February, no, we're still in January, I'm lying to you. January, my son got a bird of praise experience. His nana bought it for him for Christmas. So I put him in there, post-it head, with a rather large owl he was holding. And then on the backs of things, I like to cover them up. If they're sequential days, I never said that right, then I don't mind them be one on the back and one on the front. But if there's like a big gap, then I'll put something pretty on the back. My pen pal Zoe sent me this one, so I've popped that on there. And then February. And then I'm also using postcards and cards to break up, so it's like different levels. So there's a postcard I've got there. And on the back, because I didn't want to do a full spread, this is about when I was really, really poorly in February. I was really poorly for 3 weeks. And, well, it's 3 weeks of my life, so although it's not a happy topic, I have put it in there. I also started promotional colouring for Black River Arts. or though I'm not doing that anymore. They didn't need colourists for as long as I thought they would, but it was nice while I was doing it. And Karlon is the artist for the colouring books, and you can still buy his colouring books, and some of the pages are coming up. I'll show you. And then this is just soon carved up my son maybe. And then there you go, this is one of the colouring book pages that I promotionally coloured in for them. And this is another one. Then we jump into March, and this is where I discovered YouTube really. And the people I follow, Shannon Green and Dede Willingham, and that's that word, dinglydellification. Yep, I'll link her below. She's the one who inspired me. It's a hell of a word, isn't it? And then also in that time I discovered my Arizona pen pal, Zoe. And this is why I do all this really, so that you can see it. And April, Easter. And this is about my son having chocolate for the first time because he is lactose intolerant, but now that he is a little bit older, he seems to be growing out of that. So it was a big thing for him. Oh. Hi there, sorry, my camera fainted. Okay, where were we? Right, so there's the back of that one, and another thing that Zoe sent me there, and the little paper doll. And then this is we went to Mallorca on a little holiday in the Easter school holidays. And then a colouring that I did just to brighten up the back there with a bit of washi tape. Then we go into May. And then my husband had a drone show. He flies these drones here. We went camping for a weekend while he had his show. And then don't worry, be happy. And then this is my friend's little girl's birthday. We went to Claire's Accessories. Didn't know they did birthdays at Claire's Accessories. You get to try on all like the beads and the wigs and everything, and it was really good. Under here, our post-it heads, we have the wigs on. You can just see the tops. And it was a fun time. My son was invited, but he didn't want to go. And then we started our burger challenge on Pinterest. There is the Cheeseburger Society, and they've got 40 burgers. It's American based because some of the cheeses I can't get here and some of the rolls I can't get here, but we're trying to do it. We're having one every fortnight, not once a week, because we'll die. We'll all have heart attacks. So we're having once a fortnight, and then we're rating them, just something fun to do. So I did like a front cover and the back, and this was our first one, which was the Casanova, and we rated it a 3, and I've got my little rating system there. So 1 star is a yuck, 2 star is a okay, 3 star is a yum, 4 star is a yummy, and 5 star is a fab. So we did the first one, the Casanova, 3 stars, not a bad start. And then this is a picture of, well, it's meant to look like that. Good try. And there's that one. And then just stick something on the back, make it pretty. And then in June, my son and I caught the train to see my mum and dad, Bunny and Bandad, as they're called. Visited Bunny and Bandad. They live in Nelsey, which is a little way from us. And then I haven't covered that one yet, we'll get to it. Then we had our second burger, yep, 2 weeks has gone by. And this one was the Uncle Sam, which was just like a really normal double burger, really. It was okay. Give it a 3 again. And then this is the colouring. I really liked it. It's a Sarah Kay colouring. You can get them free off the internet, and I just thought it was so cute. So I coloured that in and popped it in. And then we had our first ploughman's lunch of the season in the garden. It was actually sunny for once. Yeah, England, believe it or not. Sun. What's that? And it was super, super yummy. So there's my husband opening a bottle of wine to go with the nice ploughman's lunch we're having. Oh, I've double paged. And then I found we started going to a coffee shop in the mornings. This is Sam and myself, and it's called Dede's, which I thought was really good because we follow Dede, or I follow Dede. And so I went for coffee with Sam, and we went out in a little car because she's just passed her driving test, and she's got a little car. And I also we went dumpster diving, not actual dumpster diving. There's a big paper bin near our Asda. And usually people get rid of loads of magazines, and I like to cut up magazines, and free magazines I like to cut up even more. So if I don't get in the bin, I just reach in and grab a couple so that I can cut them up. And then this is such a nice poem. I had to steal it from dinglydellification, oh sorry, I'm gonna have to call her something else, I'm sure. And she had it on one of her pages, and then I just had to go locate it on the internet, but it's so nice. I didn't think you could see it there. I will read it out to you. So, if you can start the day without caffeine or pep pills, if you can be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining and boring people with your troubles, if you can eat the same food every day and be grateful for it, if you can understand when loved ones are too busy to give you time, if you can overlook when people take things out on you when through no fault of yours something goes wrong, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can face the world without lies and deceit, if you can conquer tension without medical help, if you can relax without liquor, and if you can sleep without the aid of drugs, and if you can do all these things, you're probably the family dog. I just thought that is so brilliant, isn't it? It's just lush. So I put my little doggy underneath because she probably does do all those things, bless her. And then we had our next burger. So yep, another 2 weeks has rolled by. I'm not going to try and read that. You can see it. Rylander, possibly. Don't email me. Oh God, now I'm quoting Dede. If you watch her, you'll know what I mean. What have I wrote there? Oh yeah, we couldn't get pretzel buns. You can't buy those in England. They're not in England, so I just had to use a brioche roll. And then we went to the Red Arrows air show at Weston. My husband was promoting his drone group, so that was a fun day. There's a scan. Me. It's me and my son. No, you can't see it. Behind the post-it, obviously, in our little camper van. And we have bacon butties and cups of teas, so I drew a little picture there. Zoe sent me this, I think she made it herself, little card, so I popped that one in. And just put that Zoe sent me that, and the little post-it that she did. And then it was in or out, it was voting day to stay or leave the EU, and yeah, well, that went well, didn't it? And we went out, And then I saw this really good quote on Facebook, so I had to pop that one on. So I'll just read that one to you. It says, "This is like watching a slow motion car crash, except we're in the passenger seat. Our racist granny is driving, and our kids are in the back." There you go, I think that explains that. Okay, just my view, if anyone's different, you know. Live and let live. And then popping over, it's a rainy day. Surprise, surprise, England does that a lot. So my son was just playing some board games with my husband. And then the next day we went to a different drone show, and Nana bought him these really weird biscuits. I think they're Polish biscuits. They were ever so hard. My God, if you got fillings, you would have lost them. They were alright, tasted okay, just, you know, needed a hacksaw to get through them. And it rained and rained, and I put my little Calf Kidson bag in there because my boss at work bought me for Christmas this beautiful Calf Kidson handbag, and I just hadn't had the chance to take it out anywhere. Ironically, take it out on a rainy day, but it didn't even leave the camper. Stayed in the van. And then I went out for coffee with Sam. We do a lot of that. We do a lot of going out for coffee. And back to Dede's. Really liked it there. Did a little bit of shopping. Only thing I bought was some washi tape and some little stickers, so I thought I'd add them to it. And went out with Sam again. So, oh, my sunshine Sam. She's a really good friend. I'll cover that one. And the next burger, oh my God, this was a really nice one. We've given this one a 4. It's the Miss Daisy. And it was super tasty. Had apple sauce in it, which I never thought of putting in a burger before, but it worked. It was fine. And then July. And chicken and walkies. We went and got a KFC bucket and had that in the van, and took the dog for a walk all over uphill, which is a nice place to go. There's uphill. There's the dog. My husband holding the dog. And then it was 4th of July, and we had a naughty pudding. We got an American naughty pudding. It was really nice. I liked it, and my son liked it, but my husband said it was too sickly. And then turn over. And then Sam, in her little new car, took us to go see my mum and dad. I said they live a little way from us, so it was really nice of her to drive that way for us, because I don't drive. So we went and saw them. And then I got a little Friends postcard in here. Got a little pack of Friends postcards. Only 1p on Amazon. I thought, oh yeah, we can add some of those in. And I just put the, you know, guess what we did? Coffee with Sam. God. Hope that's not too boring for you. And then last but not least, my son come home with this note in his book bag. It says, give to Mum. And like, just that he needed his PE kit type thing, but it just amused me that he had to put a little note in his book bag to remind me about his PE. And that one's all ready to go for the next burger. So that's it so far. I hope I haven't bored you to tears. If you do like this, or if you have anything that you think you'd quite like a video about, if you'd like, I don't know. You take care then. Goodbye.